Good morning! Naimbag nga aldaw kada kayo amin. Maayong buntag. Ladies and gentlemen, the storm is so strong outside, but we are stronger. Am I correct? I heard that we are the storm, correct? Can you please greet the person beside you? Great morning. Yeah, wow. Great morning. Why I'm saying it shouldn't be good, because good is just a secondary thing. But when you say it's great, something better is coming out. We are stronger than the storm. And I remember last year, it's also the same storm that struck Philippines, but still we were able to fill in 3,500 seats downstairs. Am I correct? So ladies and gentlemen, I feel so honored to be here this morning to share to you a little bit of my journey. Most of you already know my story, but is it okay if I could repeat it again and share? Is that the best that you can say? Is that the best of your voice? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I started Reway not with the presentation. I didn't attend any OPPs. Nobody even invited me to the office. But a very wonderful lady, and I consider her, as I keep on telling everybody of you, a spiritual godmother. Why? Because whenever we talk to someone and whenever we meet people, there are only two things that will happen to you. First is that you will be partners for the rest of your lives, and the second one is an enemy, correct? Again, how do you answer? Is that how millionaires answer? Yes, of course. So, I met her last 2016, before I gave birth to my daughter. By the way, I'm a single mom before. But later, I'll tell you the story more about it. And that time, she invited me for a dinner. Because that time, I was so down. Little did she know that aside from the fact that I'm recuperating from my birth, is that I'm also experiencing difficulty in seeing. Because I found out that my optic nerve was damaged. But I kept it a secret. Because, you know, strong people shouldn't tell their weaknesses to everyone, correct? Yes. And so she invited me. Honestly, even money to spend to go for a Grab to SM Aura, I don't have any. And she just told me, Jeds, you just go to SM Aura, I'll pay for your taxi. That time, little did all of you know, I was bringing with me my daughter, who is about 2 months old, and also my son, Joaquin. And that time, we met in a cafeteria. Honestly, I'm starving, you know. I haven't gotten a very good meal. But, you know, if it's an opportunity to eat well, you will eat well, correct? Especially if the food is good. I know you are all hungry because you answer very soft. It's okay. The hungriness will pass out, right? It will pass, okay? So, I saw her. And something is different because I've met her before I gave birth to my daughter, and she had some weight. You know, she's blooming. And then I asked her, Tita Beth, what did you use? Why are you blooming? And then she told me, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, she's suffering from cancer. I believe all of you know about it. And after taking Prettier, ladies and gentlemen, she's now better than who she is before. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my chance. Could you please give a round of applause to the person who sponsored me in Reway, who gave her heart to me, even though she's not my mother, Tita Beth Montero. Salamat po, Tita. So after that, she shared to me about Prettier, no presentation. She just shared to me that Pretty was able to help her out. And I asked how much is the price. And when I've heard about the price and I've learned that it's an oral stem cell, typically what will come into my mind? Ooh, all of you are telling me it's expensive, correct? But for me, it's not. Because working as an air ambulance nurse, ladies and gentlemen, I know that stem cells worth millions. So that time my question is, Tita, are you sure that is really a stem cell? And how come that there's an oral stem cell? And she explained that time that she's old already to explain to me. And since I am young, I just have to research it. Now, who among you here attended an OPP? Raise your hand. You are also lucky. On my end, I just trusted Tita Beth because she's close to my heart and she loved me as if I'm also her daughter. But one thing is for sure, something make her health back and she was given hope. You are here this morning not to attend a typical seminar, but maybe you prayed for hope. Maybe you prayed for a change in your life. And maybe that day is today. So please give yourselves a round of applause. So when I went to the office, it was my first time. All people are wearing coat. All are in suit. I am seeing mafias around. To all the newcomers, I believe you're all culture shocked, correct? Why are all wearing coat? That time I was wearing shorts and I was shocked. There is a free buffet because I have to attend an OPP. And I found out that at the back of the product that I took, which is returned my sight back in 6 days, has an opportunity behind. Now, if I tell you right now that if you buy an iPad, and at the back of an iPad, you have the opportunity to earn as the owner of the iPad is, will you try it? Will you try? But who among you here bought an iPad but didn't have business partner with the owner? Of course, we are not partnering with them. We are just typical consumer. But what made me amazed is that at the back of this prettier product, an amazing product, is a great opportunity that will be able to change not only my life, but the people who will have those bottles. And now my journey started to begin on learning things. And actually, Mr. James Chong, could you please give him a round of applause? You know, it's correct that really I'm a good imitator. I really love to imitate. And if in case I will be imitating people, I want to imitate people who are successful. So if currently you're not receiving your breakthrough, maybe you are imitating the other way around. If problems keeps coming in, maybe you're imitating the wrong person. But according to statistics, if you come or if you spend your time with people who are successful, at least 40 to 50% of your time, there will be a chance you will also become successful. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. Starting today, I want to listen to all your yeses and no loudly, as if you have eaten a buffet meal. Can you? Yeah, that's it. All right. As a registered nurse, it was very difficult for me to get into an industry that I know I'm not sure of. Why? Because as a registered nurse or RN, I have my license. Who among you here has licenses? Yes. Was it difficult to risk your license for something that you don't know? Of course, yes. But I know that in Pertier, when I started to partner with Reway, I shouldn't be afraid. Because I know I'm standing with great people. Because I've heard also and I have learned that why we are wearing coat, why we are wearing business attire is because the best noble job in the world is to change people's lives. And that is what the culture of Reway is. So from a registered nurse, RN, I am considering myself a registered network marketer. And I am so proud of it. I am so proud of it. Are you proud of it? You want to know why you should be proud of it? Out of 100 people, only one person thinks differently. You know that the person beside you is a crazy person. Don't you know? Don't you know that the person sitting beside you is crazy? Crazy. Imagine there's a typhoon but you are here instead of sleeping. Are you ordinary or extraordinary? Extraordinary. While people are sleeping, people are working, you are here enjoying your time and making the most out of it to pick something, in short, to be hit. Are you ordinary or extraordinary? Please tell your seatmate, you are crazy. We are crazy. And please, memorize the name of your seatmate because your seatmate and your face will change the world. It will change the world. It will change this world. Why did I decide to be in this industry? Is it okay to share something? All right. Why MLM? MLM, you call it multi-level marketing, or in our typical term, you call it network marketing. I remember when I embraced being a network marketer, from my 3,000 friends, it went down to 1,000. You know, you're like a leper. You know, a leper. You have leprosy. People, when you call them, they started to what? Put down their phone, and you wanted to meet them, they don't want to meet you. Have you experienced that? Yes. Not because, ladies and gentlemen, that you are doing something ordinary. It's because your mind, your mindset is different from them. And if we will go back to Robert Kiyosaki, if you have read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, are you familiar? There are 4 sources of income. And actually, I'm guilty of one because I'm an employee. As a nurse, you need to become employed. In the States, you could be a practicing nurse. I mean, you could practice as a self-employed. But I cannot be a business owner, or it's impossible to me to become an investor because I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I wasn't born rich. Now, these 4 sources of income is common. But in the Philippines, 98% falls down to what? Employment. Employment. Do you remember when you were young, we are taught to finish our studies and do well to become what? Again, I cannot hear you. Employed. Employed, right? Let's see employment or being an employee. I'm guilty of this, all right? So, as you can see on the graph, all right, the vertical line tells the earning, and the horizontal line shows about the time. Now, what is that 20 there? What year do we graduate? 21, 20. Let's see. Let's say, for example, we graduate at 20 and we started working at the age of 20. So what is the minimum salary? Any idea? How much? 15. What else? Okay, for example, I'm the boss of the company. I'll give it a 20,000. Am I a gracious boss? Yes, okay. So for example, we are the owners of the company, and whenever there's an employee that will come in, our minimum salary is how much? 20,000. Now, if you can see on the dot, at the age of 20, you're earning 20,000. Can I ask, what is the age for retirement? The average. One more time? 60. All right, 60. Now, if I say that my retirement age is 60, I have how many years to work? 40 years. Is there a possibility that my earning would increase? Yes. Especially if you do well on your job, right? If you put on your master's degree or doctorate degree, can your salary increase? Yes, of course. So let's say, at the age of 60, your earning every month is 120,000. Again, you are a gracious boss. Give yourselves a round of applause. So is 120,000 monthly a good money? Of course, yes. But there's a limit. You are paid till what age? 60. But ladies and gentlemen, this arrow will point down because when you reach 60, you automatically retire. Is there a money that coming in? Is there money coming in? After you retire, do you still earn your salary? Of course not. So, it will go down. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just what if. Do you have passive income there? You know what passive income is? Is that even though you sit inside the toilet, you are earning. Do you like that? I can't hear you. You don't like passive income? Later, I will discuss passive income later. Furthermore, okay? So as you can see there, the arrow is pointing down to 60 and it stopped there. But look at the chart. How sure are you that you are earning 120,000? Do you consider no work, no pay? Do you consider that you're also at risk of getting sick? Yes. Do you consider that you will not be a loyal employee because you will resign in a lot of factors? I think seldom would anybody here will say that I stayed in my company for 40 years. Is there anyone here? None. So, is being an employee a good industry for me to spend the 40 years more of my life? If you're an employee today, I'm challenging you to think about it, and this is your reality. If you're just a graduating student, think about this is your reality. And ladies and gentlemen, we cannot move the fact that the mindset of the elders that we have is just to become employees. And employees is also known as modern slaves. We are modern slaves. But do you want to know the second way to earn, or the second ways in which we could earn money? Yes. You call this one the self-employed. Self-employed are considered to be professionals. You could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an accountant, name it. These people doesn't need actually, what? A capital to start. Because they're only using their what? Expertise. Are you staying with me? All right. So why is it that you can see that the cursor, after it went up, it goes down? Because in this industry, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be present in your office. If you are not working, nobody's coming in. Can I ask the hands of those people who can relate to being self-employed? Oh my. Do you love to stay there? But wait, there's more. Of course, it won't happen like that. After getting sick, or possibility that you will get sick, or suddenly you decided to have a vacation for 1 month, of course the earning will go down, right? And then would it rise up again? Yes. But I have a question. For example, you are a physician, and then you are nearly retiring. Can your daughter take on your profession? Or if you are a lawyer, can your wife take over your business? So the chances are, you are only pulling your own tail. Nevertheless, that the person who will be next to you has the same expertise as you do. Now, can you relate? Do you want to stay there? Is there passive income? Oh my gosh, the sounds of silence. Do you want to stay there? No. Let's go to the third one. Of course, this is my dream, to become a business owner. But of course, being a business owner, you don't start earning money right away. You will start on the negative point. For example, I wanted to start McDonald's. Do I need the capital? Yes. It's good that if my parents are rich, but what if they're not? I need to take loan for my capital, right? And the bigger the capital is, I know the greater would be my earning. So for example, I borrowed the capital of 10 million, and then in 3 to 5 years, I was able to earn. But ladies and gentlemen, it's a question. If you'll be putting up a business and you owe people money, do you think my earning for 3 to 5 years should be what? Should I keep it? Or should I pay the people that I owe? I should pay. So meaning, there is a greater risk, ladies and gentlemen, of putting up a business. And not only that, imagine, look at the slope. It's downward, upward, downward, upward. And ladies and gentlemen, this is very risky. Imagine, out of 20 companies that opens every single hour, 1 to 2 only survives. 1 to 2 only survives. So there's a possibility that the bigger your business is, you could go bankrupt at the end of the day. Why? Competitions will come in, right? For example, you put on a shoe store, would it be a possibility that after 5 years, there will be somebody coming up in a shoe store as well? That is why even in the villages that we have, on this street alone, there are 3 sari-sari stores. Is it common? So do you want to try? Some people say no, and some people yes. But this is the most exciting part. Network marketing. A lot of people, whenever they hear network marketing, it seems like people are scammers. Can you relate? Can you relate? And is it very difficult to uphold yourself knowing that you are being called scammers and branded as such? But ladies and gentlemen, when you get into Reway, did you put on a capital? Or did you just buy something? Having a capital is different from buying something, correct? Because in buying something, there is what? There is a benefit. But if you put into capital, you know you have to work for it. Does that make sense? Yes. So meaning, you just bought a per tier, but at the back of per tier, you have a chance to partner with Mr. Lim. If you will ask me, how much should I spend to become a millionaire? I'm telling you, even 20,880 can make you a millionaire. You don't need 10 million. And what the good thing about network marketing is, I just have to sign a distributor application form. They didn't even ask me for my curriculum vitae. They didn't ask me if I'm a graduate of a business and management course. They didn't even ask me what's my age, or do I own a very big business or a corporation. Can you relate? And you know that whatever things that you are doing right now, if you follow the system correctly and if you partner with Reway, you can become what those people who have been in front of you, you can also become. You can also become. Meaning, sooner or later, the Pegasuses won't only be around 20, but it could be 40, 50, 60. Do you want that? Do you want that? Network marketing. I remember even Bill Gates uttered that if in case he will have another chance on getting into a company and what type of industry he will get in, it must have been network marketing. And can you please tell yourself, I am now a network marketer. To some people, it's a negative. But can you please say how proud you are? I am now a network marketer. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? I applied for a visa to go to the US. On my first visa, it was very difficult because I was employed and I have to work in Maryland. I was given a single entry visa. But you know, last March, I had the privilege to apply for a visa, US visa. And I was asked only 4 questions. How many questions? 4. The first one, Miss Jeddah, is this visa related to your job before? I said no. Second, what is your current work? I am a proud network marketer. And you know what? The eyes of the consul changed. The third one, how much are you earning? I said, sir, you want per annum or you want every month? And you know what he said? What I told him, sir, an average, conservatively, I'm earning 1 to 1.5 million a month. And you know, the eye of the consultant changed. Why? Because this time, I was not begging him for a visa to give me, but I'm giving him an opportunity to which his fellow men could be able to have a change in life too. And you know what is the 4th question? What are you selling? And you know what I said? Sir, can I correct you? We're not selling, we're sharing hope. And that's per tier, an oral stem cell. Imagine a network marketer could be able to be awarded with a visa. While I am a nurse, it's very hard for me to get a visa. Can you relate? Yes. And you know what I found out? He even uttered, ma'am, don't you know that network marketing is a very good profession in the United States? It's one of the best professions, and you should be proud of it. You should be proud of it. And imagine, 60% of the people here right now are teenagers. Senior citizen teenagers, correct? Of course, we have to claim the reverse of aging, right? Imagine this industry doesn't have what? Doesn't require you of your age. Is it a good industry? It's also an industry wherein you can maximize your potential. This is network marketing. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? So let's look at this slide. So when I was able to get into Reway, just getting a product, and I'm started to become a consumer of the product, and I find good in it, would I share it? Will I share it? Yes. So imagine, it will start from me. And since I know that the product works and there is a good system behind the product, would I start to share it to the people who are close to my heart? So for example, this is me, the number 1. I started to share it to someone, so we become 2. You know, the second person who believed in me in my craziness is Tita Effie Galang. Could you please give her a round of applause? And after that, would you still share it because the product works? Yes. This is where duplication happens, all right? So from typical 2, Tita Effie started to share it to Tita Marisa, and I started to share it to Tita Vanji Balico. Could you please give them a round of applause? So how many are we now? 4. Do you think we will stop? Would you stop? No. You know what's fascinating? Is as the time goes along, duplication starts to kick in, and it's very impossible that it will duplicate into 1,000. This is where leveraging happens. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you could be able to just sit down anywhere, sip your coffee, eat your champorado, or eat your soup, but still people work for you. And this is what network marketing is all about. And I have a question. This is if, or is this possible if I can do that in a span, or having duplicated myself around 2 to 4 in a day? Can I sponsor 4 people in a day? Who among you here was able to sponsor 4 people in a day? A week. 1 month. Ito na po, 1 year. There are some people who are so slow. They could only sponsor 1 person in a year. But I have a question. Why would you sponsor only 1 person in a year where in fact you can make it as soon as possible? Don't you know that you are delaying your success if you delay everything? So can I expect a blaze this month of August? And I am challenging each and every one. All right? So if you were to ask, would you like to be where you are before, or would you join this industry? Oh my gosh, I cannot hear everyone. Would you join? Can I get a yes? Would you become a leader? Yes. Congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause again. And not only that, when you do network marketing, there is really, it's very impossible for you not to become successful as long as you duplicate the system correctly. That is why from the main words from the company alone, Reway, it stands for what? Right way. So imagine, just the duplication alone, it could give you passive income. Who wants passive income? All right. I'm not seeing everybody. You don't want to earn millions while sitting in your toilet? Let me tell you, don't be hypocrite. You know you are here because not only you want to be an advocate of per tier, but you also want to change your life. Money is just a tool for you to change your life and to change people's lives. If you don't decide now, when will you decide for the people around you? It must be now. It must be now. Tell the person beside you, it must be now. It must be now. Must be now. From a typical nurse, I decided to become a registered networker because I know that network marketing could offer to me an opportunity not only to change my life, but to change people's lives. And you know what is the most difficult part? When now we are into the system of Reway, the question is, how do we start? Can you tell the person beside you, how did you start it? How did you start it? Of course, it's not a magic bullet wherein you take the per tier and then what? You raise your hand, then now you say, I'm Pegasus. It's impossible. We need to pass by a process. And the most difficult part is to convince yourself that you can make it big in Reway. Some people will tell you, even your relatives, you're crazy. Why did you join network marketing? Why did you join that company? It's so hot, but you're still wearing suit. You go to these areas and then you're getting a bottle and you're holding it very well because you know the price is of great value. Am I right? Am I right? But the first thing that must change, and I know it's very difficult to everyone, is to change our mindset, also known as our perspective. I believe and I can feel that something is changing already. Can you feel it? Now, do you want more? I'll share to you the two mindsets. And these two mindsets actually is one of my anchors. Why I'm building the team solidly. All right? Let me start with the first one. Long-term thinking. You know, they said, you cannot start something without an end in mind. The question is, why are you all here? Why are you all here? Some of you will say, I want to learn. Some of you will say, I want to be equipped. But there are people here who will say, this is the chance that it might be my breakthrough. This might be my breakthrough. And ladies and gentlemen, we are created in this world not only to live a day-to-day basis, but we are called for a purpose. Am I right? Imagine, do you know why you eat? Do you know why you drink? Is that you need to stay alive. Correct? And you are here in Reway because you know that your life will change. Is that right? Correct. So meaning, if I tell you that when you join Reway, you will be experiencing problems. You will be experiencing arguments. You will have many enemies. Would you join? What if I tell you, to become a millionaire, you need to be rejected more than 100 times? Would you try? Would you try? Of course, yes. And don't you know that your heart is already prepared ever since? Because I keep on sharing this all the time. That imagine, millions of you were produced by your father, and only you became the baby. You fought millions of soon-to-be like you, but you are a champion. So there is no such thing as a problem that you cannot conquer. When you get into Reway, you start with your story. You know, there's no such thing here as, when I get into Reway, everything is smooth. I don't have problems. I'm now Pegasus. There's no such thing as that. We all pass by the stage of getting into a process. You know why diamonds is very beautiful? Diamond is not really a diamond. It's just a typical rock. But because of continuous pounding, because of too much heat, it perfects into a very shiny little glass or a gem. And now it's called diamond. Is diamond expensive? If I tell you that your life will change here in Reway, I believe because you have a story to tell the whole world, you become a testimony of your own breakthrough. And you know what I love about Reway? Is how me, Tita Beth, Faith, Diane Gemaang, William Chua, all the leaders here had changed our lives. Because remember this, do not put an end in your story. Because ladies and gentlemen, I'm not holding the ballpen of your life. You are holding the ballpen of your life. And you can recreate and rewrite your story. And I remember when we are reading fairy tales, the ending would be, they lived happily ever after. But there must be what? In a story, there must be what? There must be struggles. Because the story becomes beautiful in the struggling stage of what? Of the villain? Of the hero. Because don't you know, ladies and gentlemen, there is about 1,500 heroes here right now waiting for their story to be put into words. There are 1,500 heroes here who could write their story again and make it better. Do not underestimate the struggles that you are facing, but be proud of being the first person to put solution in every problem. We have different problems. We could struggle on price slashing. We could struggle of having no products. We could struggle on having individual indifferences. But ladies and gentlemen, it's just part of your story so that your story will be inspiring. So when you think long term, you don't think at the problems as what? Problems. But you move up on problems and make it what? Your steps towards success. Are you following me? All right. Next, 100% duplication. It was so funny. I've seen most of the business development, they're using Tumi bag. You know Tumi? To me and to you? Just kidding. They can't relate. All right. I bought a bag because I know I could put everything inside, right? And you know, it's right that James, I was fascinated how he writes, and he's not using papers. He's using his iPad. So I bought also an iPad Pro because do I consider James as a success? So is it okay if I could follow him? Is it okay if I could follow my mentor? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, when you started to be sponsored in Reway, we as the sponsor of you has a responsibility to change your life. And whether you like it or not, we will be business partners for a very long time, for a lifetime. And you know, most of the people or most of the leaders are mad if they get scolded. Some of the leaders are stubborn. Why would I follow you? Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to be in Reway, not for our sake, but we believe that you could change your life here. And as sponsors of you, we have a responsibility to nurture you and to become the best version of yourself. Do you want to be the best version of yourselves? Or you don't like? Of course, everybody wanted to be, not only earning financially, but having a big heart and a very great character of value. So how do we duplicate? Was it easy? Was it only pure imitation? I remember when Tita Beth already decided to move to Davao City to start her leg there, I was left with a mentor named Raymond Tong. You know him? Yes. So, you know, I asked Raymond Tong that time, I said, Coach, why is it that man is doing that I cannot do? Why is it he's earning 370,000 monthly? He's Donateo, okay? He's thin. He's built. I'm a nurse. Why is he earning that money while I'm earning the 10% of it monthly? And you know what he said? Jed, you need to be trainable. Are you trainable? Are you? When your mentor asks you to humble down and to empty your cup, are you ready to empty your cup? And you know what also fascinated me is that he said, you know, Jed, if I ask Donnie to change his ways because it cannot be duplicated, he easily cut it and flip. Meaning, he wants changes. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, when I had my first earning for the 2 months in Reway, I decided to move up in the unit of Raymond Tong 4 floors below. Because I wanted that his wisdom will be passed on me. But most of the leaders here, when their mentor is around, they don't want to learn. They avoid the mentor. Oh my gosh, my mentor again. They move again on the other side. They ask, they consult other people. When in fact, ladies and gentlemen, your sponsor won't let you down. Your upline loves you. And your upline will take care of you. So if your upline is beside you, could you please thank them? Could you please thank them? Could you please say thank you? Wow. So when I started in Reway, it starts with my own. So I have to sponsor someone. Meaning, I have to ensure that I assist a person to get into Reway. It's not only about presenting the product, but explaining to him what's at the back of per tier. It's the opportunity that Reway is offering. Is that right? Yes. Next, what do? We educate, we train. You know, our leaders. I remember on focusing only 2 leaders. That's Tita Effie, and the other one is Dr. Tony Yap that time. So I was asked to train my people and to educate them how to do Reway, how to do OPP correctly. Instead of making it technical, I make my OPP very simple so that I can be duplicatable. Is that right? And you know, it's very difficult, especially to those who were sharing about the product. I remove some of the technical stuffs because not all of my leaders are nurses. Some of you are just typical people, or maybe a retired person. You can also have a newcomer who's not in the line of health industry. What if I explain to them and present per tier to them technically? Can they duplicate me? Can they duplicate me? No. So I decided to analyze and to learn how to present the product in its most basic way. Can you duplicate me if I do that? Also, the compensation plan. If a chance comes that I have to explain the compensation plan, I ensure that the compensation plan is simple. Because not all people know about network marketing. And I believe 70% of the people in Reway doesn't even have any idea of network marketing. Is that correct? And don't you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the things that I believe most of you can relate. I ask my leaders to what? Hold the microphone. Because if they hold the microphone, they will earn their first. See, all of you know about it. Is it true? Is it true? When I started to hold my microphone, I started to earn hundreds of thousands. And when you earn hundreds of thousands, can it become millions? It will become million if you know how to educate your people as well. So it's a duplication process. For example, Tita Beth taught me how to present per tier. If in case I have a sponsor, can I also share or teach and educate my team to also become a speaker? Yes. And can this person also explain and educate how to present also per tier to his whole leaders? Yes, and that is duplication. Ladies and gentlemen, the foundation of Reway is not only its core values and culture, but also about valuing education. Give Reway a round of applause. And if the leader already knows how to do his industry, how to do Reway, do you think that leader becomes independent? Some will say, Ms. Reds, not all. Because, you know, they have this what you call, I need support. As what you call it? As a leader below, my upline should support me. You know, leaders, I remember some of the leaders share that the earlier you cut your tie with your upline because you started to train yourself to become a leader, is the time that breakthroughs will start to happen. But the more you keep on insisting to be with your upline, asking for help all the time, and not even trying to become independent, your breakthrough starts to become delayed. And who wants a delayed breakthrough? No one. So if your leaders cut out your support on you, would you stop? No. Remember, when Reway was introduced to you, don't you know that you are a business owner? This is not your uplines, but this is your business. You need to put in something so that you can gain something out. But there are some leaders who's just like, what you call it, a parasite. You know what a parasite is? He wants to suck everything from the upline. And when the upline suddenly says, stop, typical attitude, she's not a good upline. She left me. She's not even supporting me. But your upline already don't sleep. Imagine she presented more than 100 times to you. Can you relate? Upline, can you please, coach, sir, ma'am, can you please help me present, and then present, and then present? And at the end of the day, you saw the picture of your upline, grows older because of, assisting you all the time. But you know that an upline is blooming because the upline slowly sees that whenever she plants or he planted, everything is being harvested because her leader starts to work independently. Independently. And I won't stop on the word independent because at the end of the day, we work as a whole team. We are Reway family, so we work interdependently. So how does it work that we work interdependently? For example, you have your cross lines. Can you utilize the cross lines success story? Do we use Miss Diane Jaimeang's story? Do we use Miss Faith Ann's success story? Yes, we use it. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are here because your sponsor tell to you a story of success. That if they can do it, you can do it too. And that is working interdependently. Could you please give Reway a round of applause? And next, let's go to the Reway. What do you think Reway is offering us? We're so lucky because as leaders, there are some companies out there who don't even give training seminars like this to their people. But you're all lucky because Reway ensures that when you get out of this room, that when stages by stages happen, the process that you are building, you become one of the best leaders this world has. And that is Reway. And not only that, can you borrow the story of one person? I remember Tito Rex Bugcalao on one of his sharing, he talked about teeing up. You know teeing up? Yes or no? Okay, some of you yes, some are you know. What is tee up? Okay, there is actually 3 persons in our industry. One is the advisor. It could be your upline. It could be the company. It could be the management. Letter B is the bridge. And who is the bridge? This bridge is actually the person who introduced you to Reway. Can it be you? Yes, it can also be me. And when we talk about the C, these are the clients. When I say clients, these are the people that we want to bring to Reway. The job of the bridge is to tee up the advisor. Leaders, even though there's a typhoon, why are you all here? There's a strong typhoon. It's flooded everywhere. There are people from Cordilleras. There are people from Southern Quezon, Bicol. But why are you all here? It's because one way or another, your leader tee up this event. Do you regret coming here? Do you regret? So that is one of the way of teeing up. Meaning, you are what? Maximizing the opportunity by sharing to the person or your client what would they expect if they listen to this event. Not only that, this is common. Usually we have doctors or corporate owners or company owners, client, correct? And this is one of the pitfalls. The bridge tee up the client to what? The upline. It's a big no-no. What if your upline, who is a Pegasus, is just a high school graduate, and you tee up the doctor? Do you think that your upline will have the confidence to face the doctor? It's difficult, ladies and gentlemen, to tee up somebody who is actually your client and you are not the same standards. Ladies and gentlemen, can I expect starting today that we tee up the people who started or above us? Even it could be a meeting, whatever events of Rewe, can we do it early on, starting today? Can we do that? Can the bridge maximize on the story of the leader? Yes. Because the leader's story, ladies and gentlemen, is not scripted. The leaders that you can see every day moving into you, leading the whole team, is actually a story of a true person who was able to undergo processes to become where they are. And do they deserve that their story be shared and be an inspiration? Next, tools. I always have this bag with me because this bag is my bag. You know, your bag must be filled with a lot of things, right? You know, can I open the bag? All right, inside my bag, I call it Rewe bag. I have my OPP booklet. All right? These are tools provided by Rewe Company for us to utilize to present per tier. Please, don't add anything more. It's already there. Everything that you need to share to your people to duplicate well are already here. Do you understand? Yes? Yes. Not only that, what else? Of course. I have The Secret of the Rich and the Famous. You know, most of the questions that our clients are asking us comes from this book. So please read it well. Because, there are some leaders here who don't even try opening this book. And this book, ladies and gentlemen, is very rich of information that will assist you on explaining in case there are questions to be given by your clients. All right? I forgot my other magazine, but I utilize some magazines. And of course, one of the best tool I have is my NDO. When you get into Rewe, ladies and gentlemen, please try to invest on learning something. And this is also a powerful tool in which Mr. Lim was able to share to us distributors on what to expect and what we must be when we are in Rewe. So could you please give Rewe International a round of applause. Aside from the tools, the company also provided us with a series of meetings. Meetings. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, do not underestimate the meetings. Don't underestimate the trainings. Don't underestimate the recognition nights, the gala dinner in which all of us are being invited. Why? Because it's actually a great strength. Did the gala dinner last June of 6,000 people seated in World Trade Center shook the whole Philippines? Don't you know that it shook a lot of network marketing companies? Because there's no such thing as a company that will feed or offer a dinner for 6,000 people. And do you think we will duplicate? I believe by next year, World Trade Center can fit in Rewe Philippines anymore. It won't fit in Rewe Philippines anymore. And do you know, it's a very extravagant event to which even people who haven't tried per tier wanted to be in Rewe. Is that a strength? Is that a strength? I could also add up to here is that we are given a chance to meet with our leader. So as leader, I always make it up a point that Tuesday is our meeting day with my team. Now, I have some leaders who are stubborn. They don't want to follow. But what's a good thing about having a weekly meetings or even a day-to-day basis meeting with your leader is that it strengthens. It strengthens your whole team. It actually allows your leaders to share their problems or the current process that each leaders are going through. And if you attend this leader sharing, do you know that you could learn something that might be an answer to your question? I remember when I was starting Riway, I ensure that every Thursday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I am seated in the first row of the training room. Every Thursday, I make it up a point that I am present. Every time there is an event in Riway, I ensure that I am the first one to be on that event place. Because I know if I sit there and listen, I know that my life will change. And I know that slowly, whatever that I have learned from the speakers, it will allow me to change my own self. And it will actually be one of my anchor and foundations in whatever rank I wanted to hit. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a product of a student who is hungry for learnings. Same as like you. All of you are here. And it's only time that you will become Pegasus. Because if I was able to do that, can you do it too? Can you do it too? Can you also become Pegasus? Yes! See, when I talk about Pegasus, you become so excited. Can you feel the fire? It's cold. It's cold. But currently, have you felt it's quite getting hot? Not because you're hungry, but because everybody is on fire. And now, aside from learning these methods, aside from learning this technique, the most difficult part of all is changing my character. Because imagine for 30 years, this is me. Then suddenly, my mentor will tell me, hey, Jeddah, you have to change. Can you change? To some, yes. But to most, no. Of course, Jeddah, I cannot do that. I have pride. You know me, I am like this, I am like that. And the most difficult part of getting into success is making the person pass through the process and molding a character with value. There's no such thing as an easy way in success. It's always the hard way. And if you want your story to be very beautiful, ensure that your story includes changes. What's the good thing about the story is the moral lesson. Because the moral lesson equips you to become a better person. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll share to you 3 secrets. You want to know a secret? I'll share to you how many secrets? 3. That I believe it will equip each and every one. Because this might be the last topic that I will handle. Is to share to you 3 of the powerful secrets. And these 3 secrets, ladies and gentlemen, assist me to persevere more. To say that my limitations is not my limitation. If the people thought that I am a scammer, you know what? I'm telling now the whole world, my whole family, Monte and Sining, are now doing Riway. My whole family is doing Riway. My mom at 70, my cousins, my sister is now doing Riway. Question, is that a scam? Is that a scam? And don't you know, a lot of you here are doing Riway as families, right? Yes. But to start with your family, to start with your society, you need to start within you. So the first secret is, you need to set yourself right before you try to set others. According to Mr. Lim Bunhong, what is his powerful motto or quotes is that you set the man right, and that man's whole world will be right. Ladies and gentlemen, a few moments ago, I explained or I've shared to you the difference between network marketing and the different industry that we had. Ladies and gentlemen, did you make the choice? Did you guys make the choice? Yes. And the second part, I explained to you that there is a system that we have to follow. Are you still there? Are you still joining? Yes. And if I tell you right now that when you are in Reway, you have no choice but to change. The change must start here and must start here. Would you try it? Would you try it? You know, imagine, I was being mentored by a 20 years old named Theodore Thong. And you know, because of my pride, imagine I will be mentored by a very young lad. But he's earning 300,000 monthly while I'm earning nothing. Do you think should I put down my pride and listen to him? Whatever is his age? Yes, I should be. Because why? He has more experience than I do. And you know, when I learned the process of humbling down, that's when my whole world changed. I started to attract the right people in the team. I started to close sets that I thought it was expensive. And ladies and gentlemen, because I set myself right, no question, sooner or later that person can become Pegasus. A Pegasus, ladies and gentlemen, every rank that you have, it should entail fixing yourself. You need to become more loving. You need to be more caring. You need to be what? Selfless. Can you say it? Selfless. Selfless. Number 2. How you treat your business is how your business will treat you. Is this a common phrase? Do not expect that you will be a success if you don't even how to wake up early in the morning. Do not expect that you will become successful in Reway, wherein every time you always think of problems instead of solutions. Oh, if you have that mindset, that is very difficult. Because ladies and gentlemen, currently, the main goal of Reway International is to go global. And currently, do not expect promotions. But currently, this is the best time wherein you are harnessing your skill being a leader in this industry. Who wants to perfect the formula in becoming one of the best leaders in this world? Who wanted? Who wants to be better persons? Of course, yes. And we must treat Reway as not just a typical company, but Reway has its own way of making you the best version of yourself. How you treat this business, that business will treat you. If you don't know how to pull some money out of your pocket to pay for an OPP, do you think your team will grow? A lot of leaders here just asking, you have to pay for the meal of your guests. People, I don't like it. I don't want to attend anymore. I have to pay. I have to pay. What ticket again? That ticket again? How much? Oh, I have to pay. Is it common? Yes. And most of you are guilty, correct? When your mentor cut down the support, you say what? My mentor left me. But question, you are in a business. You know that when you are in a business, you need to invest. You need to invest your time, you need to invest your talents, and you need to spend. Because remember, if your thinking is always asking for support, go back to employment. Because as a boss, you need to see how your business is going on. You need to learn how to give. And there was a saying that, do not expect something in return if you don't know how to give. Leaders, can I expect each and every one of you to learn how to give this time? When you earn your first money in Reway, it will be, it's a different feeling. It's overwhelming to us leaders. Mr. Jeds, you know what? I earned my first 100,000. Is it okay if I could already take over the 4 OPPs and Maxes? Oh my gosh. Was it great to listen to that? Yes. Because you know that your leader is putting in his 100% commitment to change people's lives. But Miss Jeddah, what are we going to do to those people who don't give anything, doesn't know how to do his business? Ladies and gentlemen, you do Riway or not, Riway will move. Ladies and gentlemen, our time is running out. Don't treat yourself so special that we have to drag you every time. Because of you, if you don't say yes to Riway right now, many people will suffer. Because Riway gives hope. And if you don't move your ass, we can spread hope, right? We can spread hope. So could you please stop the person beside you, stop moving. Stop procrastinating. Let's start working. Can you please tell it to the person beside? Let's start working. Let's start working. Let's start working. Can you please give yourselves a round of applause? Two years ago, I just started to attend training seminars. I started to learn to share. I started to own my business. And ladies and gentlemen, to be honest with you, never in my entire life would I imagine to own a house with an elevator. Never did I imagine that my life will change. And my big question is, God, did I put so much in Riway that I deserve these blessings? If you're currently having doubts of what Riway can give, why not try yourself to submerge yourself in Riway and try Riway 100%? No ifs, no buts. Can you do it? If I can have my house an elevator, can you also have yours? Can you have yours? So can you start doing things right? Can we start investing in this industry? Can we stop procrastinating? Please don't delay. Please don't delay. Don't allow other people saying, dictate who you are, that you don't deserve anything. Because leaders, we tried it, we made it, why can't you? And lastly, this is common. This makes people hypertensive. This is the main reason we have, out of the 10 killers, is because a lot of people are so stressed on the things that they cannot control. This is where faith's name comes into me all the time, is that I need to have faith on the things that I cannot control because I know that there is somebody higher who can take over it, and that's God. Leaders, when we are faced with problems along the way, these problems can make us better persons. So please do not hide from problems. Instead, face it. And also you can seek your upline's wisdom on how to take care of this problem because the problem that you are going through right now might have been experienced by the people on top. Is that right? And what we are asking you, ladies and gentlemen, is just to take care of the things that you cannot control and pass it on top if you think you cannot handle it. A lot of people keeps on, Jeddah, yes, I found in Amazon, somebody sold per tier at 10,000. I don't want to do Riway anymore. Just for selling 10,000, you will stop sharing hope. And you know what I keep on saying, telling my leaders, it's okay. These people who sell it half the price will not last. But you have the decision to still keep on doing Riway. It's because of your heart. You need to help a lot of people. You need to move a lot of people. You need to share this Riway to the people who are experiencing hopelessness. And can I end this sharing with a story? Last story. Can I? Can I? Yes. This story is about the story of a cobbler. You know what a cobbler is? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Is it a cake? Okay, don't look at the Google. A cobbler is not only a food, but a cobbler is the one who fixes shoes. So they're not shoemakers. Okay, the one who fix shoes, like Mr. Quickie, you call them cobblers. Okay? Okay, do you understand now? You say cobblers. Cobblers. Okay, there was a very popular cobbler in a village. He is well known because he is the finest cobbler in that town. He can make the best shoes. He can fix the worst shoes. But you know what? There was one time, there was a rip on his sole. And he saw the rip. He said, oh, it's okay. I still keep going to my place and fix shoes. So every day, he keeps on shining, polishing the shoes, fixing, sewing the shoes of the people, of the shoes of the people, of the villagers. And then one time, the rip suddenly torn and what? Separated the sole from the shoe itself. So it's separated. You know, you call it the laughing shoes. Have you seen a laughing shoes? Have you seen a laughing shoes? Yes. So it's the shoe suddenly laughing. You know what I mean? When the tongue is out, when you walk, you know what I mean? It's like that. You know, can you please laugh? It's hard to make you all laugh. So he goes to the stall, on his stall, because he has to pull the shoes always. Then suddenly there was a villager. Sir, why is it that your shoes, you cannot fix your shoes? No, it's okay. My priority is to fix your shoes first. I have to fix your shoes. I have to sew your shoes. It's okay. It will go. It's still okay. I can still manage. But you know, after a few weeks, suddenly, he started to get bruises. He started to get wounds from the shoes, from the broken shoes. And there was one day, he was limping, going to work. He's in agony. It's because his whole, soul started to crack, started to have wounds. And he tried still to fix. And then one of the villagers said, sir, you have to go to the clinic. You have to fix. You need to have a brand new boots. No, it's okay. I have to feed my family. It's okay. I can manage. I have to work on your shoes. I have to make it beautiful. You need to wear these boots, these fine boots that I made, that I fixed for you. And the worst part happened. There was a bacterial infection on the wound. Some of you will say, the cobbler what? Had been amputated. And that time, because that's around 1700s, there's no such thing as a wheelchair. So that cobbler, that's fine cobbler, cannot go to work anymore and cannot fix the shoes of the people of the village. And the worst part, the villagers started to have wounds on their feet and also being amputated. To some of you, it's funny. But ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of who you are. Currently, maybe you're in a crossroad thinking whether or not this freeway is really for you. To some of you, might be having a hard time whether or not what you're planting right now has a result. Why is it that the harvest stage is taking so long? And why is it that your season of breakthrough is not yet happening? Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is you have to dig into yourself and find the main reason why is it you can change people's lives is that you know that you can fix yourselves first. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. To change the whole world, you must be a changed person within. I might not be the Jeddah Lyn Monte 2 years ago if I wasn't able to put in my mind those different topics that I've shared to you. But ladies and gentlemen, this world needs heroes. This world needs you. You are the change that this world needs. Can you tell it again? I am the change this world needs. I am the change this world needs. One more time. I am the change this world needs. And I am inviting you, ladies and gentlemen, to do Riwe wholeheartedly. And keep the faith, keep the focus, persevere, and never stop. Because Filipinos are known to be great. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody.